What's up guys, Valence Ring here, and I wanted to bring you the additional video all about alliance immigration. So if you've seen my previous video on alliance structure and what makes a good alliance, now I'm going to be talking about how to move an alliance from one state to another as an alliance. And of course, I'll talk briefly about what makes a state a good state. So let's dive right in, and I hope this video helps you out. Don't forget to give it a like if it does. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. So, that being said, let me get rid of some of these exclamation points that we all hate and dive right into this. So, first of all, if you're in a good alliance and you guys decide, hey, you know what, this state isn't working for us because we're not in the NAP, or maybe there's too much of a NAP and we want more war, whatever the case may be, we want to move states. What do you do? How do you do it? And why? So, as an alliance, let me tell you first and foremost, let me burst your bubble. It is impossible, as of this video, to move one alliance as an alliance to another state. Well, what's the point of the video then, right? Well, I'll get into that. First, the point is if you look in the quiz section, you'll notice there's a question that says, what do you have to do before you immigrate? And the correct answer is you have to quit the alliance. So what does this mean? This means that if you want to immigrate from one state to another, and this is your state list, if you don't know where that is, you go to the world map, click the world, and this will show you every server or state that is currently active in the game. You can see I'm state 16. And so I'm in the states, state 11 to state 20. And we are now all the way up to almost 300 states. Good job, Puzzles and Survival, in 37 games for doing so well that they're getting just worldwide appeal right now, and the game is growing. And this also means that now more and more people are thinking about immigrating from one state to another. Why not pick your state instead of being dropped in with a bunch of people that you may or may not get along with? So, you have an alliance though, you like your alliance, you guys do really well together, you found the perfect alliance, now what do? So, let's say you decide to move to another state. First of all, let me please reiterate this, I can't say it enough. Jumping from state 290, okay, which they haven't come out with yet, from 280 all the way down to state 60 is a big jump. The reason is that things are released in states on a time-based table depending upon the age of your state. The newer your state, the less things that have been released, such as heroes, etc. And this also means that the players, typically speaking, in those older states have been playing much longer than you. So, just as an example, in state 16, I've been playing for over 7 months now. I think I'm almost coming up on a year, soon, probably in a month or two. I've been playing for 7 months versus someone who's been playing for a few weeks. Big difference in ability to level up and everything else. So, I do not recommend big jumps. If you're in a state that has immigration, some of these states are blocked. You can't immigrate to them yet, but you will notice it says on the right that they are open. If it says open, you can immigrate to it. If it does not say open, if it says restricted, like these here, you cannot immigrate to it. It does not matter because it's blocked. The states aren't old enough yet. They haven't experienced wasteland war, so they are closed to immigration. Once a state is open to immigration, then you can immigrate to it. So now what this does mean is if you are in a newer state, you are probably not going to be able to go a couple states down because it's probably going to be restricted if you're in a newer state. That being said, you want to find a state that is open as close to your state number as possible. There are a lot of great states out there. Let me reiterate that. There are a lot of great states out there. Just because one does things one way and one does things another way doesn't make them good or bad. It just means that they have different rules. I've seen a lot of people with different rules based upon NAP or war, and NAP means no attack protocol, or non-aggression pact. I always say it wrong. Non-aggression pact versus war states. Depending upon how you want to play the game is going to determine what rules best apply to you. So, I have videos on that. You should go check those out if you're not sure what on earth I'm talking about. That being said, you want to find a state and you want to investigate the state, talk to different alliances. Even if you're moving as an alliance, you want to find out which state is going to work well for you. And you need to communicate with your alliance to find out what rules they want to abide by. And what I mean by that is it a top 20 NAP? Is it a top 5 NAP? Is it a war-based state where maybe there's only a couple alliances in a NAP and the rest go to war? Figure out what you guys want and then look for a state that has rules similar to that. Reach out to different alliances and see what kind of rules they have and what works for them. And then evaluate where you're going to be as an alliance as far as rank goes. Then each member individually is going to have to immigrate to that state. Now, I will put down in the comments or in the description of this video, I will put a headquarter immigration flight requirement because everybody asks me this all the time. I'm going to put it in one central location. I hope that helps until further notice at least. That's how many flights, immigration flights, you are going to need to immigrate from one state to the next. Now, immigration flights can be found in your alliance shop. Normally, they don't stock these because you don't want anybody just running out. As you can see, I have 0 immigration flights owned. The stock is 15. So if somebody wanted to immigrate, they're going to have to buy these immigration flights. They are not cheap. 500,000 alliance coins for one immigration flight, and the number of immigration flights per headquarters level goes up drastically after about headquarters 20-ish. You get up around headquarters level 30, 35, and it's expensive. You're gonna have to buy it from the mall probably because it would take you so long. But if you're doing this as an alliance, maybe it's more affordable. But hopefully all your headquarters levels are fairly low, hopefully 20 and under. But this is where you're going to get immigration flights, or you're going to have to go into the mall and get them and buy the number that you need to immigrate from one state to the next. Then all you're going to do, again, is come out to the world map. You are going to select, oh, I was already there. Go out to the world map, and then you're going to select this map icon and then the world. Find the state that you want to immigrate to, and it will tell you if you can immigrate to it. So you can see I need 20 immigration flights, okay? That's what, 10 million alliance coins? That's a couple months worth of saving at best. So, as you can see here, you have to have a level 15 plus headquarters. Now, I believe if you're under level 15, I do believe you can immigrate for free when you first join the game. But we're talking about as an alliance, so probably not going to be the case. You need to have level 15 plus headquarters, and then all your march queues need to be idle. You are required to quit the alliance first. This is the important thing. To perform immigration, you are required to quit the alliance. So you cannot take your alliance and immigrate it. You cannot take your alliance buildings. You cannot take your alliance fort. You cannot take your alliance warehouse. And that's important to understand because you also can't take excess resources. So if you have resources stored up in your alliance warehouse, guess what? You've got to use them up. Anything over your warehouse cap is going to be gone. Just gone. Eating it. Okay? Make sure you use your resources before you immigrate. So as you can see here, within warehouse limits. And then an important note, you will have to wait 30 days before immigrating again. So you need to make sure this is the state you want to move to and that you're hopefully going to be happy there for at least a month. Now, you will see down here there's another qualification. Now, this state I can immigrate to, it says your headquarters level is qualified. Target state requires headquarters level to be lower than level 35. If you're an alliance and you have a couple members that have really high headquarters levels and you're moving to a newer state, the headquarters limit might be lower than that. So as you can see, it has to be lower than 26 for this state. Let's jump up here to one that's brand new. I think I can pretty much get in any of them, but let's double check. So we want one that here we go. Open. Okay. Oh, see, your headquarters level is not qualified. target state requires headquarters level to be lower than 26. So you want to make sure that all members of your alliance are underneath that cap once you pick a state. I would look at that before you even look at the state, because if they're not, then obviously you're not going to have every member immigrate with you. That being said, make sure that you read the immigration, and if you're even considering it, you definitely need to poke around in here, look around, and see what's going on with different states and talk to different states. So once you've done that, you've picked it. As you can see, let's say I'm moving this entire alliance. You don't have to destroy anything. You don't have to disband the alliance, but every member that is immigrating does have to quit the alliance. So that means if every member is quitting, you can either do one of two things. You can disband the alliance, and this will allow, all the buildings to be recycled, and it will release every member from the alliance. Or you can have a member that is going to be staying in state, keep the alliance, the buildings, etc., all the growth you've done as an alliance, and just keep it there, and then everyone else can quit the alliance. Once you immigrate to a new state, the first thing that you're going to want to do is create a new alliance. And it is unfortunate, or this is one option, I should say, create a new alliance. And this means that you are going to have to start at alliance level 0 and rebuild, or maybe alliance level 1. I'm just being pedantic. So you're going to have to rebuild that alliance as if it's brand new. Another option is, if there's a state and you've been in communication, you can find someone in that state, or hopefully an alliance in that state, that isn't that active. And you can go to this is the leaderboard for the state, and we can look at the alliance might ranking. So you can see we're currently number 2, the Woodshed. But you can come down here and look at Survival Guild. All right, it's a level 1 alliance, but look for an alliance that's not level 1, hopefully. All right, the level 3 alliance, level 2. All right, what is level 10 alliance? So hopefully you can find an alliance that either has limited active members. So you can find one down here that maybe, okay, it's a level 3 alliance. At least there's some built up. Level 2, level 2, level 6. So you see, this is an alternate alliance. You could always talk to that alliance and see about joining, especially if you're only taking active members or whatnot. And other states are going to have different alliances that may or may not be like this. They may have more that are higher level but inactive. Find an alliance that is already built and already has most of its members gone or inactive, and ask to take over that as an alliance. Then you don't have to redo all the work that you did in your previous alliance, and in some cases, probably rarely, but in some cases you might even come out ahead. Instead of you being a level 2 or level 3 alliance, maybe you can find a level 6 inactive alliance and take over that. And then you'll reap the benefits of the extra boost to all the alliance tech and things like that. Then of course you're going to have to rebuild your buildings unless you're join an alliance that is already existing, and go from there. So the important things I want to note is that immigration is a big topic. I don't know everything about it. I've never immigrated. So the important things to note is that the higher your headquarters level, the more expensive it's going to be. You have to abide by the new state rules, technically. You can only move as a single member. You have to quit the alliance first. But once there, of course, you can reband together. And hopefully you can join an alliance that is pre-existing and take it over. And I mean that in a nice way, not in a I'm going to take over your alliance and destroy you way. And of course, hopefully that all works. Then you have to rebuild and start from scratch there. That's the worst case scenario. So again, the topic of state immigration as a single member or as an alliance is a big topic. And probably the most important thing that you need to understand is finding a good state. And a good state is an active state with a fairly good amount of active members that have and play by rules that you want to play by, that are willing to accept you in, and that you meet all the requirements of all your members to join. If all of those line up and fate has it, then great. Immigrate to another state, and I wish you luck. It's not an easy process, of course. If you have any questions or feel like I missed anything, please let me know in the comments section below. Otherwise, give the video a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and of course, as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.